Welcome back to the BU Wormhole. We've been exploring the Bangtan universe and the hidden gems throughout the BU content. Today, we're here to discuss the much anticipated premiere of Youth, the BTS universe-based drama set to release originally in the second half of 2020. It was finally revealed at the Korean Expo in Paris in May 2023. Let's explore the history and details of the upcoming addition to the Bangtan universe. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and groups, and subscribe to our channel. To be the first to know about new content, don't forget to hit the notification bell. In May of 2023, the HYBE K-drama Youth was unveiled to the world at the 60th Korean Expo in Paris. During this three-day event celebrating Korean entertainment, experience, and engagement, BU enthusiasts were finally able to see the results of years of planning, filming, and waiting. Youth, also known as Blue Sky in Korean, is an adaptation of Bangtan's music videos, Save Me webtoon, and other content that follows the time-traveling BU story of fate, friendship, and finding oneself. It has taken 4 years for this K-drama to come to life. Before it arrives, catch up on everything you need to know about the upcoming K-drama Youth. In August of 2019, before Big Hit went public and became HYBE, Bang Si-hyuk, famously known as Hitman Bang, shared plans for the 2020 teaser during a corporate briefing in Seoul. Big Hit is currently preparing a drama series together with a leading Korean production company based in the Bangtan universe, slated for a release in the second half of 2020. It will be a story set in the BU about how the 7 boys first met. He emphasized that the 7 members of BTS would not be starring in the project, and soon casting calls were made for the roles of Seokjin, Yoongi, Hoseok, Namjoon, Jimin, Taehyung, and Jungkook. Everything looked on track for a late 2020 release, just in time for the first members to be starting their mandatory military service. Unfortunately, in March of 2020, the whole world ground to a halt and the timeline for the production of the drama shifted. BTS had big plans for 2020. The Map of the Soul tour sold out across the United States within hours of tickets going on sale, and ARMY were poised to give the members a send-off to remember. Up until this point, 2020 was the year that the first member of BTS would be required to enlist under the new military service rules that reduced the age requirements for starting military or public service from age 30 to 28. Kim Seokjin had reached that age in 2020. The Map of the Soul tour was expected to be the last tour from BTS before taking a break to allow members to serve their country. Instead, a global pandemic changed the color of the world, put all concerts on hold, and shifted the focus of the 7-member group from putting on a concert to producing content that kept them busy and comforted their fans. Instead of a massive Map of the Soul World Tour, we got Bangtan, free views of previous concerts, the Bangtan Festa concert, Dear Class of 2020, Dynamite, and the member-created and produced B album. More importantly, the Korean government passed a new law late in 2020. Known as the BTS Law, it allowed temporary extension to delay the start of military service. This law was not supported by HYBE or Big Hit, and none of its staff participated in the discussions with the Korean government, but the Big Three did. In the end, what they hoped would be an exemption for idols who achieved a certain level of international fame and success that could rival the success of athletes and musicians who received a full service exemption, turned into a very narrow exception that only BTS could qualify for. The group or an individual had to achieve an Order of Cultural Merit awarded by the President of South Korea for outstanding meritorious services in the fields of culture and art in the interest of promoting national culture and national development. On October 24, 2018, the members of BTS received the Hwagwon Order of Cultural Merit as the youngest recipients of this award and the only male recipients that qualified for the exemption. Why is this important? The change of the members' plans for military enlistment may have contributed to the change in the release date for the youth drama. We'll discuss that more in a minute. Although the 7 members were not going to reprise their roles from the music videos as leads in the K-drama, the original plan was still to use their names as the characters' names. Blue Sky was the working title of the drama, and a cast was selected in 2019 to play the roles of each member in the Bangtan universe-based storyline. In late 2019, filming had begun to meet Bang Si-hyuk's original timeline of a release in the second half of 2020. Then things took an interesting turn. Netizens became concerned and started complaining that the character names were the same as the members' names, but the members weren't playing themselves in the drama. Often the storyline is erroneously reported as a K-drama based on the BTS members, but as we mentioned in our summary of the Bangtan Universe Part 1, this is a fictional storyline that is not based on the members' direct personal lives or experiences, but it is built around stories of the Bangtan Universe. The music videos, album notes, webtoon, game, and books all use the members' names to reference the characters, but some people, especially fans, were worried that the storyline would actually get mixed up with the members' real-life stories if the K-drama came out using their real names for the characters. As a result, the filming was halted, and the names were changed. Then, the series continued with the updated script, and scenes were reshot as necessary. The previously filmed sections of Youth were reshot with the character name changes. Although the pandemic caused production companies to take crazy new precautions in order to release anything, filming continued in 2020, but the release date changed. In late 2020, the announcement came that the premiere of Youth would be pushed back to 2021, and some news sources reported that despite the pandemic, filming had resumed by the summer of 2020. Everything looked in place for things to move forward in 2021, but 2 things may have changed the trajectory of the release. First, the pandemic was far from over. Instead of ending in 2020 and allowing the members to complete their Map of the Soul tour, the pandemic and its restrictions continued well into 2021. The members worked hard to keep ARMY happy and the music coming. But with the looming limitations of the ongoing pandemic and the performances that they wanted to perform, everything was limited. Despite the delays and disappointments of the canceled US tour, BTS put together a mini concert series to meet ARMY. The Permission to Dance on Stage tour featured 2 performances in Korea. Both aired online, one without an audience and one with a silent mass crowd using clappers to respond to the members. Then, they went to the US and put on 4 incredible weekends, with 2 concerts each. During this time, thoughts of the K-drama took a backseat to rumors of a 2022 world tour, and debates about full exemption of BTS from mandatory military service. Then, the members announced a break from their official group activities to focus on individual projects prior to the announcements of their military service. Seokjin delayed his start date by 6 months to give us one more big performance, a concert of epic proportions, the Busan concert. Finally, in 2023, the trailer was released. Announcements were made, and ARMY stood poised to have something to look forward to while all 7 members were completing their mandatory service simultaneously. The announcement on November 21, 2023, that the remaining 4 members would be withdrawing their extension request and preparing for military service may be the trigger for material that was expected to be released in late 2020 and 2021 while the members were serving. Some have theorized that the reason Youth was delayed for 4 years is because military service was delayed. It's not unreasonable to assume HYBE may have been holding on to material that would be consumed while ARMY waited for the return of the members. It would fit the timing for a drama that was completed nearly 3 years ago. The new trailer for Youth, a drama based on the BU, was released at the 2023 Expo in Paris in May 2023. Familiar scenes from the Bangtan universe can easily be identified. There are conflicting reports of how far this drama will go, but let's just assume it's going to take us through the initial time looping to the end of Notes 1 And we'll have to wait and see if there's new information or resolution through the K-drama that happens within the existing content Army has already combed through. While we wait, let's go some things we do know. The drama series is directed by Kim Jae-hong, who worked on Blooded Palace, The War of Flowers, Your Neighbor's Wife, and Beloved Undong. The script was written by Kim Soo-jin, who penned Old Miss Diary, and Tree Woo-jun, who wrote The Boy Next Door. The cast includes up-and-coming actors and former child stars who are making a name for themselves in the competitive world of K-dramas. They will be playing the roles of the characters created in the Bangtan universe that were named after the members. However, for youth, the character names have been changed, and those formal character names seem to be related to the Chaco universe names. Check out our video on whether or not Chaco is actually canon or should be seen as canon, coming soon. Seo Ji-hyun will be playing Seok-jin's role as the time traveler who must overcome his father's expectations to find his true self. This 6'26" has a long list of accomplishments, including his debut at 9 years old in the 2016 hit drama Signal, as the villainess Jang Tae-jin. If you want to know more about our thoughts on Signal and how that might relate, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Seo Ji-hyun landed his first lead roles in the Matching Boys Archery as the puppy-like Yoo Ji-won. The Busan native No Jong-hyun, born in 1993, will play the enigmatic Yoongi, who is plagued by his mother's death. No made his screen debut in the music video for the Loco song Respect in 2015, and his drama series debut in the 2017 romantic comedy Because This Is My First Life. He followed it up with a guest role in 2019's Romance is a Bonus Book, a supporting role in Psychometric in 2019, and main roles in Life on Mars and Live On. The 19-year-old An Ji-ho, who debuted at the age of 12, appearing in the 2016 film Vanishing Time, A Boy Who Returned, will play the role of Hosuk's abandoned but ever-optimistic character. In 2020, An made his TV debut in the crime thriller series Nobody Knows, and has appeared on Move to Heaven and All of Us Are Dead. He has also had roles in film Juvenile Offender, Rookie Historian Gu Hae-won, Nobody Knows, and The Killing Vote. Seo Young-ju is a talented 25-year-old actor who will play Namjoon's grown-up too soon, responsible character in the drama. He won Best Actor at age 14 at the Tokyo International Film Festival and the Cinemanila International Film Festival in the Philippines for his performance in the 2012 film Juvenile Offender. He has also had roles in Rookie Historian Gu Hae-won and Nobody Knows, as well as The Killing Vote. Kim Yoon-woo will play Jimin's character, who is hiding a secret and trying to find a sense of identity. Because of the delay in the release of Youth, this 22-year-old artist got his series debut with the 2022 teen drama Mimicus as the secretive former trainee and entertainment agency executive's son. He has 3 other works that were set to release in 2023. Taehyung's complicated character, who lives with his alcoholic father and learns to rely on his friends, will be played by Jung Woo-jin. He is another up-and-coming South Korean actor with Marionette, Sumtoon 2020, and 3 bold siblings under his belt. Finally, prolific child actor Jeon Jin-seo will tackle Jungkook's character, who struggles with finding happiness and questions the meaning of life. He is well known for his iconic moments in dramas. He has starred in guest roles in dramas such as Mr. Sunshine, The Heirs, The Legend of the Blue Sea, The Master's Son, among other notable series. Apparently, money was no object for this drama. It is said that Youth will be the 3rd highest production cost in K-drama history, with a budget of over $35.4 million. The series was produced by CRB Media, alongside Hybe Corporation. The South Korean production company is known for its hit K-dramas, such as W, Memories Alhambra, Another Miss O, The Penthouse, Rookie Historian Gu Hae-rong, and more. How can you watch Youth when it airs? Well, according to reports, Finger Labs and CRB Media are collaborating to launch their first Web3 or Web 3.0 content with the release of Youth utilizing Finger Labs' exclusive platform to create a distribution hub for content. When will it premiere? The original projection was in the second half of 2020. Then again, it was announced that in 2021, after filming wrapped, it should be released. Finally, in 2023, there was no target date specifically released. However, it was indicated that it should have come out in the second half of 2023. Now we're in early 2024. We have seen a military announcement and the enlistment of the last 4 members of BTS into the service. It was a safe bet to think that it might come out sometime in early 2024, but let's be serious. We have no clue when the continuation of the BU saga will actually be released. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Maybe we should expect to hear a BTS song on the OST. Or maybe the members have an original OST in place for us. In the meantime, keep an eye on our channel. Watch, like, subscribe, share it with your friends and groups, and look forward to our next videos with more exclusive BU content.